Welcome to another exciting edition of the $1 Million Peddlers. So while you were away, I was spending some money.
Oh, nice. Mine or yours?
Well, actually mine right now.
All right.
So you have a goal, as I recall, and we've shown some things before with
Yes.
Spider-Man.
Yes, I am trying to complete the full run, going back down to 1 again, but I'm getting them all graded from, I think, issues 25 on down.
So where are you at right now on that?
Graded, I got down to 16. I'm looking for 15 and a 14. I have some ungraded under, issue 8 and some of them, but for graded, I need 14 or 16, 15 on down. That's it.
You said 14. Isn't that
That's a good key. It's a good key.
why would that be a key? For the people out there that don't know.
Evil villain in there, maybe. First
Evil
appearance.
villain, first appearance.
Green guy.
Green guy. Oh, it got Jolly Green Giant?
No, he's not evil. He's a nice.
That's true. He's him and Sprout. They're very
nice, friendly, cordial.
It would be Green Goblin, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would.
That's interesting. That's interesting. Hey, look what just came in the mail. A box.
A white box. Nice.
Oh, it's got my name on it. I'll be darned. I wonder what's in here. Guess we're gonna find out, aren't we? Works even better if you have a blade in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Bubble wrap.
I always need more bubble wrap. Always need more bubble wrap. Oh, the suspense is killing me. So you get some packing supplies out of this. I get something good and you get packing supplies. As I tear it in half. Well, you had packing supplies. I'm sure this sounds wonderful to everybody we're listening on.
Don't try this at home.
So on our special 3-hour show today, I opened a package. Oh my. Well, what does that look like?
It looks like a graded something.
It is a graded something. Why?
Nice.
Why, that would be...
Taunting?
No, well, yes, that would be taunting. Why, that would be a number 14.
That's cool.
That is a 6-0.
This new going on up here? I've never seen that before.
Oh, yeah, they've changed the grade up top, or the thing up top for the Avengers there. Stan Lee story, Steve Ditko cover and art. First appearance of the Green Goblin. Plus, it's got the other big green guy in there, the Incredible Hulk.
Nice.
6.0. So I don't know if you've been watching the market lately on cards and comics.
A little bit.
I would make a suggestion to you out there. If you are not a hardcore collector and you have things that are good, might be a pretty good time to sell.
Absolutely.
Right before the show, we were talking about Stadium Club, I remember.
Yes, Top Stadium Club, yep.
Why don't you give a little bit of a background on that?
So back in the early 90s, they had a membership where you could, pay whatever, $20 a year, and then you can buy special cards that you couldn't get anywhere else. You had to get them in the mail through Top Stadium Club, and they had little stamps on them. And I believe they did this with football, baseball, and basketball. I'm not sure about hockey.
Now, were they the same cards as the Stadium Club cards, except they had the stamp on them?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they would be factory sets with a binder, and then they would have the inserts in there as well, stamped as well. So, and the hot card back in the day from 1992 was the Shaquille O'Neal Beam Team rookie card.
What was that going for back in the day?
Probably 100 to 200 when it was raw, ungraded. And grading wasn't as big back then, so probably at the time there wasn't too many. Jordan was obviously in that set, and he might have been $25 to $50, because Shaq was the big deal at the time. So then I bought a bunch of sets, sold most of them, collected a couple over the years, and then 28 years later, I'm sitting at my desk, and I looked down in the bottom under a pile of dust and clothes. There was a 1992-93 basketball Top Stadium Club members only set. So it was open, so I just opened the flap. The beam teams were still in there, so it's complete. So I'm like, well, the market's hot. Basketball cards are selling. Let me just look this up. Back in the day, it was a couple $100 set. The original was worth more because you had to like buy the packs to put it together. So I looked up and they're going for like $1,000 to $1,500 now, which is crazy. And graded ones of Shaq and Jordan are $2,000 to $5,000. So it's just ridiculous what's going on in the market right now.
Well, and I know last week when we were looking at some other things that were being sold, and we're going to do a video at some point in the future about watching your competition and how that will help you. And this is a perfect example of when it happened. There were some basketball cards that you had showed me unopened boxes of Upper Deck, I believe they were.
From what years?
They were the Jordan years, and you said, "Oh my goodness, these used to be $10 boxes."
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know what year they were, 92, 93,
Yeah.
93, 90, whatever year they were. They were $10, $15, $20 boxes. And what are they going for now?
$50, $100, $200. It's just crazy.
Oh yeah, I think they were $200 a
Yeah.
box. I think that was what the price point was on that right now.
$5 Jordan a year ago is going for $25 now. His inserts have doubled, but not just Jordan. It's almost anyone that has a name in the sport.
So what do you think's going on? I've read a few theories about it. What do you think's going on?
One theory is, which really is a theory or rumor, but
Oh, is that the somebody flying in to buy this comic off me?
It could be. It could be.
We'll talk.
But,
You got bigger money than this guy that's flying in his private jet and landing in your parking lot.
But there's Asians. They have a lot of money. They invest. They buy automobiles. They buy all kinds of things. Property. Well, now I guess one thing is they're buying sports cards and high-end sports cards, and they're buying them in bulk, spending thousands on single new cards and driving the market up and making the market seem the cards seem more rare in the market. And then there's the COVID factor where for months and months there was no sports on TV, no games, no ESPN, no betting, no sports anywhere, and the only thing if you wanted to have sports in your life is card collecting. So that's another thing. So
and I think another area of it, and it may not necessarily just be on collectibles. I know my sales have been strong. I know your sales have been strong. I think the stimulus and then the people that did get unemployment got the boost on unemployment, so they had some extra money. You've got people sitting around every day in front of their computer because they're not really going to work, or if they are going to work, they're working from home and they've lost the commute time, which some people have an hour to 2 hour commute, believe it or not, each way.
Wow.
Well, they've got that extra time. And then let's face it, there's really not a lot of places to go on vacation. There's really not a lot of things to do right now. So if you usually took the family to Disneyland and you spent, a couple $1,000 doing that, now you've got a couple $1,000 in your pocket that you usually would spend. So, you've got the money, you're used to spending it, you've kind of earmarked it to do something. Well, now you're spending it on, yourself somewhat, because you're buying yourself some collectibles and all that kind of thing. And then I think there are the people out there that see what's going on in the market and they do quick flips, or they're buying it in order to flip, and that sort of thing. One quick story as to how I got this. Again,
keep showing it off.
Oh shoot, we're on camera. You could see that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oops. Is that we did a video a while ago about how it's really good to have contacts out there. Well, I got a contact from somebody or other that I knew that said, hey, this gentleman's got some comics that he's brokering through. So I contacted him and talked to him about what he had and what I wanted and all that kind of thing. And one comic that he gave me the opportunity to purchase was an X-Men #1. And I don't remember the grade, but I know it was around $14,000 that he wanted off of it. And I did a little research on it, and it didn't seem to be something other that I necessarily wanted. But this comic over here, the price that he quoted me on it was actually less than what it's been going for. So I know a good comic when I see it. I mean, it's always going to be a key. Green Goblin is one of the key villains. And I know I've always got a market if I ever want to sell a thing. So I figured it was actually something or other good to get, just from that reason alone. But as we've said in the past, expand out there, get your business card out there, talk to everybody, tell everybody what you're doing, because this email for me to purchase this came out of the blue from somebody that I know, but still he knew that I was looking for various things, so he contacted me and put me in touch with this guy. And this guy's got other deals from now and then, and who knows what it may lead to. Right. And I've kind of talked to him a little bit and told him, hey, you've got some, money in space, and I've got some money in space, and, if he comes across, so who knows, my phone could ring in 10 minutes, and it could be him saying, I've run into
Amazing Fantasy 15 that I need.
well, that might be 20-minute call.
Okay.
But who knows what there might be out there, and he knows of us, and I'm sure he has people that he flips to regularly to start with, of course.
Right.
But maybe they, for whatever reason, don't want to buy it. Maybe they don't have the space. Maybe they don't have the money. Maybe they just bought a huge collection and they're bogged down. Maybe it's something that they don't necessarily want. Who knows? We're at least in the rotation at this point.
Right.
And you can't get called up to the bigs if you're not even, you got to start out somewhere. So we're in the minor leagues right now hoping to get called up to the bigs. And, I was more than happy to purchase this from him. The transaction went very, very well. The craziest thing about it was he actually sent the item before he received my payment. So that's a lot of trust both ways. Now, I was vouched for by somebody, and he was vouched for by somebody. So it worked out very, very well. But certainly the fact that I came through, he came through, there's a lot of trust now for both of us in the future as well. So that works out very, very well. So as we head out of the video, look what I got, look what I got. Remember when I camera?
That'll be mine someday.
Remember when I camera, so you can't punch me or else. No. All right, we'll see you next video. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.